So the other night, I had what I can only describe as a milestone of sadness. I was at home and I was right in the thick of masturbating. No, nothing special, just good old working man's masturbating. And after a while, I just got sort of bored and stopped. Next thing I know, I was watching an episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I mean, you know, it didn't really level too much at the time, but the more I think about it, this is kind of fucked up because essentially I turned myself down. If I can't be expected to fuck me, who is? Just the thought process of what was going on in my head. It was like porn, masturbating, porn, masturbating, porn, bored, porn, stop. In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playgrounds where I spent most of my days. That was what was in my head. And you know, the thing that gets under my skin about it is I didn't even watch a particularly sexy episode of The Fresh Prince. Just another 22 minutes of Will Smith being wacky. So something I actually love in my life is my hometown. It's good, salt-of-the-earth people. At the same time, I also kind of fucking hate it. Because it's full of kind of backwards, dumb, shitty people. Case in point. There was an apartment building on the square, one of the oldest buildings in town. It caught fire and burnt to the ground. And by that, I mean one day there was an apartment. The next day there was a space where an apartment used to be. And so everyone in town got together and said, you know, we're going to rebuild this exactly the way it was. Which to me is kind of like thinking, we should just double check to make sure that was a fire hazard. It's kind of like sending in the Titanic on a mission to rescue the Titanic. So anyway, they rebuilt the thing, and they named it the Phoenix, which is a nice name for a building, sure. Except if you know anything about mythology, you know that the Phoenix isn't famous for just catching fire one time. It's sort of an ongoing thing for that bird. It's pretty much fucking constantly on fire. So the good people of Paoli, Indiana, kind of inadvertently put a hex on their own house. I mean, I would say, you know, knock on wood, but A, wood is flammable, and B, now it's fucking cursed wood. It's like if you go to an airline, it's like, this is your captain speaking. I'd like to welcome you to Icarus Airlines. Our cruising altitude today is too close to the sun. And if you look out your window, you have a nice view of us crashing. I really can't speak about other people's intelligence because I work at a Holiday Inn. You know, because my grades were good enough. Which is really fucked up because I'm a member of the dominant species on this planet. I mean, which is hilarious because if you look at the hierarchy of animal badassery, it's like sharks, wolves, scorpions, bears, scorpion riding a bear, angry penguins, and I'm somewhere down here, you know? And if you just compare it, like a shark can smell blood in the water from 3 miles away. I have shitty health insurance. A bear can tear into a car like it's a candy bar. I know cheat codes for Street Fighter 2. So if I'm in a fight with a bear and I can't press up, down, B and shoot a fireball at the bear, I'm pretty much fucked. And you know, that makes sense, because from an evolutionary standpoint, I come from a bunch of happy little monkeys. The bear, on the other hand, comes from the dinosaur version of a fucking bear. So it's already got the upper hand. I guess the takeaway that I'm trying to give you folks for tonight is, if you can, avoid getting into a fight with a bear, because odds are 9 times out of 10, it's just going to use evolution and cheat. Anyway, that's my time. I'm Casey Ellis, and